Hey guys, Vera Sweeney from Lady in the Blog, and I just woke up, so like, I hope my mascara is okay. I just wanted to do a really quick video about some tips that I learned from Genevieve Gorder from a home goods event that I went to yesterday in New York City. It was, my baby's screaming in the background. It was really, really informative and life-changing, and I'm literally going to Home Goods right now. As soon as I finish this video uploaded, I already wrote my post out, so life-changing. So this is the moment when I realized that I need to redo my house. We're all standing in the space, and we're in like the kid room, the living room space where it's designed to show parents, like a parent space. And she goes, you know, who still has plastic bins for toys? I mean, what parent still does that? And I'm like, this girl has 87,000 plastic bins all over her basement. This is how I roll. I roll with plastic bins. I have plastic bins for days. So I was literally standing there and I was like, okay, I am this person that she's talking about, and I was just like, I can't believe that I'm still doing this, and I live a very horribly decorative life, and I'm not doing it anymore. I was standing in this beautiful space, and I was looking, and because you don't know, like, you know, you just don't register that there's another way to do it. Like, there's a nicer way to do it. Home Goods has all these really nice looking bins, and there are better, cuter ways to do it. You can have a table that lifts up and also doubles as storage. This is what they're trying to say. You can have an end table that has many different compartments that can act as double storage for your dining room. You don't have to have a plastic bin that's hiding in your corner or a wicker basket. I also have wicker baskets, but like, how many wicker baskets can one person have? It's almost like a joke. Like, I have wicker baskets and I have plastic bins. Over it. So now, and she even showed us displays on the wall, which you can see in my post if you go to Lady in the Blog, displays on the wall that you can actually display the kid toys, and in a really creative way. And it can be a two-part. It can be a nice way to display the toys in your basement or in your kid's room. I wouldn't do it in my living room. But then they can take it down and they can play with it. And then when they're done playing with it, they can put it back on their wall in a display in a creative way. So it really was a big matrix eye-opener. Like, I took the blue pill or I took the red pill, whatever pill it was that Neo took when he realized that he was no longer a drone and he became part of like the real world. Like, I became part of the real world during the Home Goods like event, because I was like, I'm doing this all wrong. Like, my house is horrible. Like, this is just embarrassing right now, the way I'm living. So I'm not kidding. Like, I'm literally going right now. It's not open yet. I'm going right now. I'm going as soon as it opens. I live a couple of minutes away from one, and my husband and my child are coming with me. So yeah, complete renovation on our way. It's happening. See, like, this is changing. Everything life is, look, all this gone. New life as we know it. And all my frames. She also, Genevieve said, all your frames do not have to match. If you look behind me, I have black frames throughout my whole entire house. And she was like, who matches frames? And I'm like, me. I match frames. Every single frame in my house matches. I have black frames in every single room. There is not a frame that doesn't match. I have black frames throughout my whole entire house. And she was like, get creative. Get all different frames. I love seeing French frames with solid frames and then canvas prints. And meanwhile, I'm having like an anxiety attack thinking about that, because I would never have thought to just vary it up and do all different frames. And she was just saying, break it up, change it up. That's how she likes to see it. And then I'm sitting there going, yeah, that's wrong too. My whole house is all black frames. Like, that's not right. So, I mean, I'm not going to change. I mean, I'm not going to totally redo my I'm not going to spend $1 billion, but slow steps, slow steps. I'm going to slowly start to make little changes here and there, and see if that makes me feel better, because I don't feel so good this morning. And then the last tip that I did want to say is, she said about doing like collages. Like she said, what's one of the main things, Genevieve Gorder says one of the main things that she gets asked by her friends is to do wall collages, picture frame collages. Come over to my house and please help me put my photos up on the wall. And you know, the tip is to not measure and to not be equal, and to not go, okay, we're going to have everything be 3 inches apart, and we're going to have it equal, be out, and get the measuring tape and do all of this. She said, because then it gets weird, and that was the quote. She said, what you do is you take your absolute favorite picture and you put it at eyes length. Eyes, you know, like I'm looking at it straight ahead. And you put that picture first. And what you do is you kind of open it up as a flower then. So that's my first photo. And then just by eyeballing it, you build it out from that main first photo. And you build it out and you build it out, and then you can always take a step back, see where the next photo goes, and build it out that way. And just start with your favorite photo, eyes length. That's the eyes length, is that the right way to say it? Eyes view. So that's her tip. So that was a really good tip, because we always struggle with doing putting a bunch of different photos on our walls. We always aren't sure of how to do that, and that was a really great takeaway, because we're always the ones with the measuring tape going, okay, we got to get 2.5 inches apart. Let's get to, okay, we got to get 2.5 inches apart on this side, and that's always wrong, and it's always a big problem. And she's like, don't do that. That's not how you do it. You have to do it 2 inches apart. I mean, you don't have to do any inches apart. My husband's like putting his pants on behind me as I'm doing this video. This is live, baby. So, yeah, so those were my takeaways. I'm trying to think if she said anything else. Oh, and then I said the dining room table. We were talking about the dining room table, and she said mixed metals are really great. And I asked her, would you ever put a setting out? Would you ever put a full setting out and just leave it out so it looks like you have a full setting out? And she said, way too formal. She's staying away from the formal. Don't do anything too formal. What she would do, if anything, is she would put a stack of dishes and almost make it look like it's undone on purpose. A stack of dishes at the end, and make it look like you were about to set the table with some accents on the side. If you wanted to do something like that, if you didn't have a centerpiece ready. But she definitely recommends doing some sort of centerpiece. Mixed metals are really hot this season, and Home Goods has it all. So yeah, that was my big takeaway from the half hour that I spent with them yesterday at the event. It was a really good event, and it's 9:30, so it's open now. So I'm heading to Home Goods, and I will let you know what I buy. I'll do a fashion haul. I'll do a Home Goods haul when I return. Bye.